You wake before sunrise, not because an alarm clock rings, but because the fire is dying and the cold has found its way beneath your animal skin blanket. It is roughly 20,000 years before the modern world, during the last ice age. There are no cities, farms, roads, shops, or written laws. There is no electricity, no medicine, and definitely no food delivery. There is only your small group, the wilderness surrounding you, and one very important question. Will everyone find enough food to survive another day? You sleep beside several relatives inside a temporary shelter made from wooden poles, branches, grass, animal hides, and packed earth. It is not comfortable, but it protects you from wind and light rain. In colder regions, mammoth bones may even be used to support the structure. Despite what movies suggest, most prehistoric humans do not spend their entire lives inside caves. Caves are useful shelters when available, but they are dark, damp, smoky, and often occupied by animals that are not interested in becoming your roommates. Your group moves throughout the year, following animal herds, seasonal plants, rivers, and sources of stone for making tools. Everything you own must be carried, so nobody collects useless furniture. Minimalism is not a lifestyle choice. It is a survival requirement. The first task of the morning is keeping the fire alive. Fire provides warmth, light, protection, and cooked food. It also keeps many predators away. Losing it during cold weather could become a serious problem, especially if the group cannot quickly start another one. Someone adds dry grass and branches to the glowing embers. Smoke fills the shelter, making everyone cough and blink. There is no chimney. Your lungs simply have to accept the situation. Breakfast is whatever remains from the previous day. Roasted meat, roots, nuts, berries, dried fish, or bone marrow. There is no fixed menu. What you eat depends entirely on the region, the season, and yesterday's luck. If food is scarce, breakfast may be nothing. Popular images often show prehistoric people eating enormous pieces of meat all day. In reality, hunting large animals is dangerous and unpredictable. Plants, shellfish, insects, eggs, fish, small animals, and gathered foods can provide a much more reliable supply of calories. Gathering is not simply walking around and picking random berries. You need detailed knowledge of the environment. Which roots are edible? Which mushrooms are poisonous? Where do birds build nests? When do certain fruits ripen? Which plants can treat pain, reduce fever, make rope, or help preserve food? A mistake does not lead to an unpleasant review online. It can poison the entire group. As daylight grows stronger, people divide into smaller teams. The exact tasks depend on age, skill, health, season, and local conditions. Some members gather plants or firewood. Others fish, repair the shelter, care for children, make clothing, or search for animals. Today you join a hunting party. Before leaving, you inspect your weapons. Your spear has a carefully shaped stone point tied to a wooden shaft with plant fibers or animal sinew. Resin may be used as glue. Creating this weapon required patience, experience, and several different materials. Stone tools are not just crude rocks. A skilled toolmaker can strike a stone core at precise angles, removing thin flakes with sharp cutting edges. These tools are used to cut meat, scrape hides, carve wood, shape bone, and prepare plants. One bad strike can ruin hours of work. The hunting party follows tracks through the landscape. You examine broken branches, footprints, droppings, fur, and disturbed soil. The hunters speak quietly and use hand gestures. The animals must not know you are coming. You may be searching for deer, wild horses, bison, reindeer, or smaller prey. Mammoths are possible, but attacking one is extremely dangerous. A mammoth is not a slow pile of free meat. It is several tons of muscle, bone, anger, and very little respect for human ambition. Successful hunters usually rely on planning rather than heroic one-on-one combat. They may drive animals toward narrow ground, muddy areas, cliffs, traps, or waiting hunters. Cooperation matters more than strength. The chase begins suddenly. People shout, spears fly. The animal runs. Someone falls. For several chaotic moments, nobody knows whether the plan is working. Eventually, the group brings down the animal. This is a success, but the work has only started. The body must be processed quickly before predators arrive or the meat begins to spoil. Stone blades cut through skin and muscle. Tendons are saved for cord. Bones can become needles, points, tools, ornaments, or fuel. Fat is valuable because it contains energy. The hide may be turned into clothing, blankets, bags, or shelter material. Almost nothing is wasted. The group cannot carry the entire animal, so the meat may be divided, dried, smoked, or taken back to camp in several trips. Scavengers circle nearby. Wolves, hyenas, bears, and large cats may try to steal the kill. You are a hunter, but you are also potential food. Back at camp, other people have been working just as hard. Some have collected berries, seeds, roots, nuts, and edible leaves. Others have caught fish or small animals. Children help by gathering fuel, carrying water, watching younger children, and learning adult skills. Childhood exists, but it is not separated from work in the modern sense. Children play while practicing abilities they will need later. They throw small spears, copy animal tracks, climb, wrestle, make miniature tools, and imitate adults. A game can also be training. Food is shared according to the group's customs and immediate needs. Sharing is essential because hunting success is inconsistent. Today, your group has meat. Tomorrow, another person may find the food that keeps you alive. A person who refuses to cooperate will not last long in a world where survival depends on other people. The meat is cooked over the fire. Cooking makes many foods easier to chew and digest. It can also kill parasites and bacteria, although nobody understands microorganisms yet. People understand the result, even if they do not know the science. While the food cooks, hides are scraped to remove fat and tissue. They may be stretched, dried, smoked, chewed, or worked repeatedly to make them softer. Bone needles and animal sinew are used to sew fitted clothing. During the Ice Age, clothing is not decoration. A badly made seam can allow freezing air inside and turn a winter journey into a fatal mistake. Still, prehistoric people care about appearance. They wear beads made from shells, teeth, bone, stone, and ivory. Some use pigments on their skin or clothing. Objects may show identity, status, personal achievement, group membership, or spiritual meaning. Humans do not stop being human simply because supermarkets have not been invented. As evening approaches, the camp becomes more social. People eat, repair tools, treat injuries, and discuss where the group should travel next. Someone complains about the hunt. Someone exaggerates what happened. Someone else points out that the heroic hunter spent most of the chase hiding behind a tree. You do not think of yourself as primitive. You are simply human, living in the only world you have ever known. And every ordinary day you survive brings humanity one step closer to the modern world.